4,500 years before the opening of the Dark Portal. Fandral, he does his first major fuck-up, where he takes 6 branches of the tree Vordrassil, which was the very first world tree that sits atop Mount Hyjal, and plant these trees on top of the Saronite deposits, the biggest of them being in the Grizzly Hills in Northrend.
So there was Saronite was this just in Northrend? Or was this all over the world?
No, it was all over the world at this time. And I will say that at the very least, his plan did work. The downside to his plan is that he did it without the permission of the rest of the druids. But it does create what we know as the Great Trees. And the Great Trees are still in World of Warcraft. You actually see them in Vordrassil. You see them in the hinterlands. There are all those areas where you can see the portals that lead into the Emerald Dream that in WoW have like the green dragons guarding them at this point.
That's what I was going to say. Aren't there world boss dragons in front of them?
Yep. So he basically uses the Emerald Dream's power to purify the Saronite's taint of these areas. The most major one being the new world tree that was formed in the Grizzly Hills that they call Andrassil. And while it did work, while it did stop the Saronite, which I guess is a dub, there do begin to get these reports from Northrend that the races that are typically pretty docile and pretty cool guys, the Tonka and the forest nymphs, are going into bouts of violent, chaotic rage and just bloodlust against each other. And they realized that this world tree that was planted in Northrend had its roots reach all the way down into Azeroth until it actually makes contact with the prison that Yogg-Saron was living in. And then through this, he is now able to spread his influence not just through his blood, but into this sacred alternate realm of the Emerald Dream, and what creates the portion of the Emerald Dream that we will just know as the Emerald Nightmare. Think the Emerald Dream where it's all peachy happy and naturey, except not that. Terrifying, thorny, and violent and scary. They realize now that Andrassil is completely compromised by Yogg-Saron's corruption. They do decide that if Andrassil stays standing, that the Emerald Dream will begin to make its way into the real world as well. Or the Emerald Nightmare, rather. And the other druids, including Malfurion, find out about this, and they're like, all right, well, we only really have one option, so we're gonna destroy Andrassil. And that is where they topple this magnificent infected world tree that is then renamed to Vordrassil, the Broken Crown.